Hey, it's Carlos again from Too Much Gaming, and we're at the SMS Convention Center. This is ESGS, this is day 2, and with me is Marnielle Estrada. Yes, and you're part of an organization called the IGDA.
Yes.
What's IGDA stand for exactly?
IGDA stands for International Game Developers Association. So it's actually an international community rooted in the States, and they have chapters in cities. Like for example, here in Manila, we have our own chapter. So there are also chapters in like Japan, Singapore, Indonesia. So that's the way IGDA works.
That's awesome. And then you have like a series of game studios and independent developers here from Manila.
Yes. So actually here in Manila or Philippines rather, there are two organizations that handles games. So one is GDAP, Game Developers Association of the Philippines. So actually, they more like cater to game companies who has a higher budget or they are established ones. And so IGDA, since there's kind of an overlap with IGDA, so IGDA caters more to the individual developers or the small teams. They're starting up or like a low budget thing. So yeah.
And then you have right now in the show floor you have 6 developers with.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you guys, we've done it individually, so you guys want to check out their games, check out our playlist. And then you actually worked on Warrior Defense. Yeah. So how's being a developer here in the Philippines?
It's kind of hard.
I'm sure.
So usually the game companies here are into outsourcing jobs. But some of us, we've been there, but we kind of don't like it to work there anymore. So some of us like move to like indie and then do our own stuff. So it's still kind of hard because local market is really close to zero.
Yeah.
So when we make games, our market is really global, international. And so we're trying to, the dream is still to have that one-hit game from the Philippines. We still don't have that yet. So hopefully as the number of local game developers increases, I hope the chance of getting that one game also, increases.
It will happen eventually.
Yes.
And did you notice any increase in like indie developers and like in aspiring developers here in the Philippines?
Oh yes, yes, definitely. Because when I started out, there were only like the major studios who are into third party. But right now, there are like one-man teams like releasing games, and then they're earning like $10,000 a day or something. So it's kind of some we do envy them, and then some of us like was inspired by them, so we kind of started on our own because hey, you can be successfully. I mean, our advantage is cheap here.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, when in the US, when your game earns $20,000, that's a flop. But in here, that's already a million. That's already $1 million pesos.
That's actually a big success for us.
Yes. So that's our main advantage. We don't have to be like a hit, like Candy Crush hit. We don't have to.
Yeah, and from what I'm seeing right now, like there are so many developers with amazing talent right over here, and I think just a little bit more time, a little bit more push. I think we might get that big success you're talking about.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because we're seeing we have like UP over here, we got Benil showing their shops and everything. Is there any upcoming event for IGDA that you want to mention?
Yes, on November 29 this month we'll have a IGDA Grand Meetup in Smart Tower in Makati. So that's going to be a big meetup because we usually do monthly meetups. So that's our biggest monthly meetup, and then there's also we have a program called 1 Year Game Challenge. So we invite developers to make a game, like they promise to release a game within 1 year, and then they pay up 5,000. If they can't release the game, we get the money. But if they do release the game, we give their money back. So it's kind of like a push for them to.
Big incentive.
And then on January next year, January 23 to 25. We're going to have our global game jam in Ateneo. So it's a event where we gather developers in Ateneo, and then they're going to make games under a theme in 48 hours.
On the spot with just like out of scratch.
Yeah, from scratch, on the spot. So there's going to be professional developers, students, hobbyists. So everyone is invited. As long as if you want to make a game, go there, then try it out.
That is awesome. For those inspiring upcoming developers, what do you suggest they would do to actually branch out? Like how also can they get into your group to like be part of the whole developing process or developing team?
Yeah, actually IGDA Manila is an open, right now it's a really open community. I mean, just in Facebook, just search IGDA Manila or IGDA Manila, and then you can find the page, and then we accept you, and then just don't troll our page. You get
I
banned.
don't like trolls.
Okay, so just like that, and then you go to our meetups, and then you get to network with people, get to know people in the industry. Then that's how you get started.
That's awesome. Well, so if there's any developers out there that actually want to branch out and meet other developers, go check them out. IGDA Facebook.
Manila. Yeah, IGDA Manila and Facebook.
Yeah, just get them up there and then start mingling. So thank you again for spending some time.
Thanks
and then check out our other videos of ESGS. We have a whole playlist of every single developer we've checked out here. There's a lot. There's actually a pretty awesome talent here. And thanks again. Thanks for watching, and then we'll see you in the next video.